So, very good morning, everyone. The geotechnical live videos. We continue to go to the next test. The test name is the field dry density of the soil by the core cutter method. So, what is the objective of test? By this test, we have find out the dry density of the soil by the field methods. So, for the dry density, we have calculate the bulk density of the soil and water content of soil. That's why we retain by using the core cutter method. Bulk density of soil can be quickly calculated and by the determining the water content, moisture content of the soil. The dry density of the field can be calculated, hence the white percentage is find out. It means if the white percentage of high, it means it indicate the poor compaction of the soil. If the compaction is poor, it means the strength of the soil is less in compared to the other. The soil is treated as a stainless tubes. For determination of dry density of the soil, the cutter is first pressed into the soil mass so that it filled with the soil without disturbing the core content. The cutter filled with the soil is lifted, then इसको lift करना है. The mass of the soil is cutter determined by using the weighing machine. The dry density is obtained as a using these mathematical equations. What is the equation? Dry density is equal to bulk density divided by 1 plus water content या mass by volume overall divided by 1 plus water content. The apparatus required. First, core cutter cylinder, 100 mm internal diameter and 127.4 mm long and 3 mm thickness. Second, a steel dolly, 25 mm height and 100 mm internal diameter and 7.5 mm thickness. A steel hammer, winning balance, accuracy up to the 1 gram. Plating knife for staining, then status, then steel tools, tray, and control hot air ovens, and container for the water content determination. Then procedures. First, measure the internal dimension of the core cutter and calculate its volume, and also determine the mass of the core cutter without the dolly with the help of the winning machine up to the weight according to 1 gram. Then while inside the surface of core cutter along with the dolly, in place of the while we may use the grease for the smoothness so that the soil particle does not stick on the surface. Second step is level the surface, means जहाँ पे आप टेस्ट करना चाहते हैं उस सरफेस को, सॉइल सैंपल को क्या करना है, क्लीन करना है, उसका लेवल करना है. एंड देन कीप द डॉली ऑन द टॉप. कोर कटर पे डॉली को रखना है. यूजिंग द हैमर से उस पर लोड डालना है टॉप ऑफ द डॉली, सो दैट तब तक डालना है ताकि डॉली 50 mm फ्रॉम द सरफेस तक वो रह जाए, लेफ्ट रह जाए. ठीक है. थर्ड, देन डिग आउट the core cutter along with the dolly from the surrounding soil such that the some soil project from the lower end of the core cutter. Take out the dolly and trim the soil mass and both end of the core cutter. Then fourth step is determine the mass of the core cutter, because we already weight the weight of the core cutter, then weight of the core cutter plus soil. We have, when you detect these two values to find out the mass of the soil sample. Then fifth step, determine the water content of the soil by using the oven drying method. Then repeat these tests at least 2-3 places. Look at the videos. These are the core cutter, then rammer. Now you perform the test. Here look at, I will set up the test, clean the soil surface and put on the mold, and on the mold dolly. Now load is applied. So what is the result? The dolly is 50 mm from the surface of the earth we left on the top. Now the calculation part. After performing the test, you have calculate the dry densities. How to calculate? So in this case, we have look at the first part of the table. The first is the inside diameter of core cutter D in centimeter. In this case, what is this? Is the 10 centimeter. Is it? Second, height of the core cutter is 127.4 mm. It means 12.74 centimeter. Is it? Now you using these two datas, using the volume formulas, it means pi by 4 d square by h, you find out the value of volume of the core cutter. So what is the equation? See, pi by 4 into 12.74 square into 10 is equal to, if you calculate, it becomes 1274.11 centimeter cube. So this amount of the volume putting there, so what is, you know, the volume of the core cutter. So now we usually get the bulk density of the soil. So we have know the mass of the core cutter with the wet soils, and the mass of the wet soil. So using the formula, bulk density is equal to this mass of soil divided by volume of the core cutter. So simply get the bulk density of the soil. Now after 24 hours, when you calculate the water content using the oven dry methods, so already discussed in the lab, then you find out, last step of the test is find out the dry density. So you find out the dry density, simply use the mathematical equations. Equation is bulk density by 1 plus water content. So we have easily got this answer and fill the table. That is the test. Thank you very much.